For members I'm not known to, may I introduce myself as a Canadian Vietnam veteran who served with the U.S. Army Medical Corps. I'm a member of the North Country Veterans Association, located in Potsdam, New York, whose theme is to recognize the joint efforts for U.S.-Canadian veterans, services in identifying veterans' needs, and connect these needs with the appropriate veterans service agencies. As well as being a 45-year member of the American Legion Post 79 in Messina, New York, I'm also a sitting member of the Fort Drum Military Retirement Council. The year 2015 was, once again, a year that we were able to honor and remember our own local veterans and all veterans who served in all wars and conflicts. Year 2015 is a very special year for myself, as it marks the 50th anniversary ending the Vietnam conflict. So much has happened over these years, all of which has worked towards the objective of recognition. Since this note will possibly influence further development of this very, very goal, please allow me to review some of these events. Between 1959 and 1972, 42,900 Canadians served in the Vietnam War, along with our American brothers. Of these, 3,800 Canadians were wounded in action, 325 were killed in action, and 7 still remain officially as missing in action. These statistics were confirmed and read into the U.S. congressional records by Senator Edward Kennedy in 1994. These records were also backed by Senator Robert Smith of the Senate Select Committee on Prisoner of War and Missing in Action Affairs. As with soldiers everywhere, the Vietnam veterans were also victims of their own war. Their welcome home cold, their adjustment to normal life difficult. For many years they remained as the unknown warriors. Americans and Canadians alike were often unaware of their existence within their own communities. But that was gradually to change. The creation and the dedication of the Vietnam War Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. became the first step towards the recognition of the Vietnam War veterans. Their gallantry and sacrifices were posted for all the nation to see. Engraved on the memorial wall are the names of 55,000 Vietnam veterans who paid the supreme sacrifice. 325 of those names are of Canadians. A welcome change made by the Dominion Command of the Royal Canadian Legion was the acknowledgement of the Vietnam War veterans by allowing them membership in the Royal Canadian Legion and further allowing participation in the Remembrance Day ceremonies. This acknowledgement, a moment in time that will remain very important to all of us. The placing of the wreaths in Legion branches, areas where Canadian Vietnam veterans reside, has been a heartfelt goal for all Canadian Vietnam veterans. From that step, the Royal Canadian Legion, Long Sault Branch, 569, honored us by being the first Canadian Legion in the county of SDNG to participate in the Remembrance Day ceremonies and the placing of a Canadian Vietnam wreath. The expression of comradeship and a sense of belonging was warmly extended to us by all Legionnaires, residents, veterans of Long Sault, Ingleside, and throughout the county of SD&G. For this, we are so grateful and so very appreciative. As each year that passes by are moments to remember our veterans, but are also moments in which to remember all of our soldiers who are presently defending freedom in faraway lands. Let us pray and ask our politicians and leaders to make this year, year 2016, the year when our soldiers everywhere are able to come home, their roles proudly accomplished. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Sergeant Robert Kenny, age 24, Canadian Vietnam veteran, Sealy's Bay, Ontario. Served with the U.S. Army 35th Infantry. Killed in action January the 24th, 1967. Province of Vinh Dinh, Vietnam. For the pleasure of your time, I thank you very much. I'd like to ask Al Warwick to come up and give a few words.